makala yetu maalum. Ugonjwa wa kifafa almaarufu kimombo epilepsy ni ugonjwa unaoathiri mfumo wa fahamu na kusababisha mtu kupata degedege kabla ya kuanguka chini na kupoteza fahamu. Mara nyingi ugonjwa wa kifafa umehusishwa na ushirikina na uchawi, huku wengi wanaoishi na kifafa hutengwa na jamii. Habari njema ni kuwa jamaa mmoja huko Mihoko, kaunti ya Kiambu, amejitolea kuwasaidia watu wanaoishi na kifafa kujikimu kimaisha. Kimathi aliwatembelea na kutayarisha taarifa ifuatayo. Ni makala ambayo nitakuwa na kuacha mtazamaji ukiyatazama. Kwa hili kwa sasa na usalie na Mwenyezi Mungu, mwanana usiokuwa na bugdha.
Fred Kiserem alipokuwa na umri wa miaka 25 alikuwa mpishi shupavu nchini Iraq. Lakini siku moja alijihisi kisunzi na pale alipofika hospitalini alifahamishwa kuwa alikuwa na ugonjwa wa kifafa.
I was working on night shift, so it was in the afternoon while sleeping. So it was that time that I was having seizures, but I never knew what happened. But a friend of mine, because I was sleeping with Ugandans, a friend of mine from Uganda told me that could be epilepsy. But I never knew what had happened because I felt, while I woke up, I was very tired. I was very, very tired. I was like a drunk. So I was very, very tired. So I never knew like what was really happening. But he told me there's something wrong with your brain or with your head.
Watu wanaoishi na ugonjwa wa kifafa wanakumbana na changamoto nyingi, mojawapo ikiwa athari na moto na shughuli za jikoni. Fred alilazimika kuiacha kazi yake ya upishi huko Iraq na akafunga virago na safari yake ya kurejea nyumbani. Ilionekana kwamba ugonjwa wa kifafa ulikuwa umezima nyota yake ya kuifanya kazi aliyoienzi. Hata hivyo, Fred hakufa moyo na aliporudi kwa Kiambu alikata kauli kuwasaidia watu wengine wanaoishi na kifafa katika kaunti yake.
The Kiserem Epilepsy Foundation was born in 2017. It is registered under the Societies Act of Kenya, and it was born because when I was coming back in Kenya, I was searching for organizations that were doing awareness in Kenya, but there was no organization in Kiambu, here in my hometown, that was doing any. So we came up with an idea with my friend to start an organization that will be able to help with epilepsy and also give them awareness. And it was born when one day I was coming from work. Then I had an aura and I fell down. I hurt my arm, and after that I went to the hospital because they did surgery on my arm and they put a metal plate on my arm. So I told God, after I come out of hospital, I want to start an organization that will be able to create awareness and also empower people with epilepsy. And here at Epilepsy, we have 5 pillars. Number 1, we are helping more than 100 people access the anti-epilepsy medicines. Then number 2, we also have a poultry project that helps people with epilepsy and also helps women with epilepsy. We have a computer school that also empowers people with epilepsy and people in the community. We have a computer school also, and also we have a tailoring session that was sponsored by Safaricom. And we also work with the National Epilepsy Coordination Committee, NECC, because NECC is the umbrella body of epilepsy, and they are really doing great work in epilepsy empowerment.
Fred alipoanza Kiserem Foundation kumbana na visa vingi vya wakazi wa Kiambu ambao walikuwa wanateseka kutokana na kifafa, jambo ambalo anasema lilifanya aelewe kuwa kile alichokipitia kilikuwa kizito zaidi.
The most heartbreaking experience was in 2018 because we had a girl, another lady. She was living here in Kwajeshi. She was sexually assaulted by 5 people. And she could have died that day if at only because the community health worker called me and we took her to Kiambu Hospital. And I remember that time their family was not even on the phone. They came to pick our phone after 2 weeks. That was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen, because since my life, since I was born, I've never seen such things. Because how can 5 people take advantage of someone with epilepsy, take advantage of someone who's unwell? It was so bad. In the end, she managed. We took her to Kiambu Hospital, as I've said, and she stayed in Kiambu for 2 weeks. And after she was giving medication and after she was resuscitated back, she's now okay. She's now well, and she's also taking her drugs as well.
Zaidi ya watu milioni 1 humu nchini wanaishi na ugonjwa wa kifafa, lakini wachache sana ndio wanaweza kupata matibabu yanayohitajika kupigana na ugonjwa huo. Bila usaidizi serikali, wengi wanaishi na kifafa wanashindwa kutimiza ndoto zao za maisha, kwani mwathiriwa wa kifafa anahitaji kumeza tembe za kupunguza makali katika maisha yake, jambo ambalo Fred Kiserem anasema ni changamoto kubwa ikiwa mwathiriwa amezaliwa katika mazingira ya uchochole. Zaidi ya ukosefu wa matibabu, ugonjwa wa kifafa husababisha wagonjwa kupoteza fahamu, na katika jamii nyingi humu nchini hali hii kama ushirikina au kupagawa. Lilian Mwalimu alianza kumeza tembe za kupunguza makali ya kifafa mwaka wa 2000 pale alipogundua kwamba alikuwa na ugonjwa huo akiwa na umri wa miaka 5 tu. Hata hivyo, tembe tu hazikutosha kumkinga na madhara yanayoletwa na kifafa, kwani wanafunzi wenzake shuleni walipogundua na kifafa walimtenga.
Stigmatization, yeah. You know, when I was in school, especially in primary, one of the teacher had to explain to student what was going on and I'd remember that one of the student wants to, I would raise my hand and maybe somebody would laugh sarcastically and say, I'm a guess. Ay, mtu anaweza kuwa na ugonjwa wa kichwa hawezi fikiria mwenyewe, you know. So those were the things, a lot of stigma. I'll do something, maybe I get something right, maybe I ask question. People say I've guessed, maybe I've been told, yeah. I felt bad because, you know, I felt belittled because I thank God, as much as I've had epilepsy for quite some years, I've been an average student, yeah. So even having fits in class, I could justify that at least I was coming top 10, yeah. And at least I was an average student, but you know, having these people who now and then are stigmatizing, saying this, saying that, you know, others would even, it got a place where I remember one of the students had borrowed a biro. When I returned back, she held it and washed it. And when she was asked why, she said that she did not want epilepsy. I would find that, let's say, maybe we were joking. I tell you, minda kugonga ufaint ka Lilian, you know. So those were the things. And I'm a human at the end of the day. I would feel bad, but I did not want to tell my mom because, one, having epilepsy itself, it was the problem, you know. Telling her whatever I was going through, I felt as if I was loading her when she had too much to bear.
Utafiti wa sayansi umethihirisha bayana kwamba ugonjwa wa kifafa hautokani na ushirikina wala uchawi.
There are a lot of causes of epilepsy. Like one, we have tumor of the brain. Number two, we have genetics. Number three, we have somebody maybe who is abusing drugs. Then number four, we have babies who are born when it is when there's a lot of time, when there's a lot of time. I don't know how to call that in English. So and there's other reasons why the epilepsy starts. So mine started because I had a small cyst on my head. So that is why that was giving pressure on my brain.
You know, having people who have beliefs in witchcraft. I remember the time I fell, and the moment I gained my conscious back, there was nobody in class, and people were angalia, honestly, in my paper, you know. Because let me say, some would tell me that kwetu kuna kuanga na nini, kuna kuanga mganga mwingine anatibiti, you know? And to me, at times, it angered me because, you know, I would get a fit and people run because wanasema ni mapepo. So for instance, compound na mkiwa na desk hautapata mtu kukusaidia.
Daktari Eddie Chengo ni mtaalamu wa magonjwa ya akili mjini Malindi na ambaye ana ujuzi mkubwa kuhusiana na ugonjwa wa kifafa.
People thought that epilepsy is as a result of witchcraft, supernatural spirits, or sometimes caused by a curse. But now we know better. We understand that epilepsy is just a brain condition that is characterized by abnormal or miscommunication of the brain. Now, When that happens, one can have either abnormal movements or abnormal behavior or abnormal sensations. And this means that people with epilepsy can present with many symptoms, ranging from just a blank stare to a very vigorous movement of shaking of the upper hands, lower limbs, stiffening, biting tongue, and sometimes even wetting or even soiling. Now, anybody can get epilepsy regardless of culture, race, economic status, or age, meaning that even a baby born today can have epileptic seizures, and even the eldest person you can ever see in this world can also have epilepsy.
Kwake Lilian, unyanyapaa na kutengwa na wenzake shuleni kulizidi alipofika shule ya upili. Changamoto zote hizo zilimkwaza Lilian, ambaye alikuwa anatarajia kupata ufadhili wa masomo ya juu baada ya kumaliza masomo ya sekondari.
You'd find that there are those people, I remember there even students who used to cry cause ninawashinda, you know, they couldn't get why. Mimi nimepata fit mara tatu kwa class. That time nilikuwa nimelala cause I would even sleep even 2 hours. So if it was a double lesson, I have not read that double lesson, but when exam comes, you find that I've performed well.
Lakini hata kwa watu wenye uthabiti wa kihisia kama Lilian, ugonjwa wa kifafa unaleta matatizo makubwa iwapo mgonjwa hana mtu wa kumtegemea, na unyanyapaa ulipozidi.
Tuko tunapanga masanduku zetu tumekelea hivi juu. So when I fit, then nikashika zile sanduku. They fell on me. But no, hakuna mtu alikuwa na shughuli, you know. But it came a time I just gave myself courage and I told my mom that I don't want boarding cause of some issues, you know. And you would find that even during dining hall, yeah, I would get in dining hall, wase watu wanatoka, you know, and I'm left.
Ezekiel Sila, ambaye ni mwalimu pekee wa kazi ya ushonaji kutumia cherehani katika shirika la kifafa la Kiserem, katika umri mdogo wa miaka 27, Sila amehitimu shahada ya diploma ya fasheni na ubunifu. Kwa kumwangalia anapofanya kazi yake, ni vigumu kudadisi kwamba Sila ameugua ugonjwa wa kifafa tangu mwaka wa 2002. Ananiarifu kwamba ugonjwa wa kifafa ulimnyang'anya uwezo wake wa kuongea na aliweza kutamka neno lake la kwanza alipokuwa na umri wa miaka 15, alipokuwa kidato cha pili.
Let me tell you that a matter of God, because while I was in primary to that to write, but I don't and what teacher says.
You could hear what the teacher said.
Yeah, but to repeat what too difficult.
It was hard.
I don't know to move in town.
Sawa na Lilian, Sila alipitia unyanyapaa shuleni.
Yes, I remember I needed it in 2009 while I was in theater 7. One of my friends found me. I ended up on the way instead of helping me to water. He poured me on my nose so that at the end I needed until one of my neighbors came and told him that this is that I'm epileptic with being good for let give him time, he will be good.
Ezekiel Sila, ambaye ni mzaliwa wa Machakos, alisikia kuhusu shirika la Fred Kiserem mwaka wa 2020, lakini vikwazo vya janga la corona vilimzuia kufika kaunti ya Kiambu, lakini lisilobudi hubidi.
He had later helped me because he had employed me at a theater of tailoring and medicine and also in fashion. So he had really changed my life. You do a foundation of teacher foundation.
Fauko ya changamoto alizopitia, Sila naamini kuwa jukumu lake kubwa ni kwa watu wengine wanaoishi na kifafa.
To empower. One of my plans is to empower others to become like me. You know, an effect of epilepsy. People who living with epilepsy, they have an effect of not understanding that they can do something and depend on themselves.
Kwa usaidizi wa wafadhili wasio wa kiserikali, Fred Kiserem anaendelea kuinua maisha ya watu wengi wanaoishi na ugonjwa wa kifafa hapa Kiambu, lakini anasisitiza kwamba ikiwa wadau wa serikali wangempa mkono wa usaidizi na dawa na mafunzo, wengi wanaopambana na kifafa kaunti ya Kiambu wangepata sababu ya kutabasamu tena. Waris Kimathi, runinga ya Look Up, kaunti ya Kiambu.